The baddest DJ this side of town. Mixing the heat.
Ladies and gentlemen,
DJ Disspare.
What up, what up, what up? We back with season 2, and now we here with TREY BANDZ. Yo,
What up, what up?
tell us where you from, family.
I'm from Michigan.
Oh, for real? So how's the music scene out there?
It's a scene, you know what I'm saying? Just like any city that you from, it's hate and all that good stuff, but it's the scene.
Yeah, I know. With all this stuff going down right now with rappers getting shot in their own towns and stuff and everything, it's getting
Right.
kind of out of hand. So how you dealing with all that, like, with the music scene and everything, staying away from all the, nonsense?
For real, I just do my own thing, stay out the way, man. I really be just me and my manager, you know what I'm saying? And I just really stay dolo, man. I just move around my lonely.
Man, that's like the best way to be these days.
Back
So
and trust nobody.
trust me, like that's been like a saying on my page for a while. So let's get into one of your songs there. There's a song here I got, like The Cost of Love. Now we've been in the subject. Tell us about that.
The Cost of Love, shout out to Sway, man. It's just a track me and bro kind of put together when we was vibing. And I never done auto tunes, and so I'm the second verse on the track, and I was just like, I really was feeling the track, so there's really nobody really ever heard this track, so you kind of got it exclusively. um, but yeah, I guess it will see how y'all feel, man, about the track auto tunes, man. Cost of Love is fire. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
It's about to go down. This is a DJ Disspare exclusive.
Misunderstood about this love shit. They said that love don't cost a thing, until I found out there's a price on love. I gave my heart to a bitch that didn't want it at all, because I didn't pay the price of love. And I don't understand that shit, because it's all I wanted, until I found out there's a price on love. They say that shit'll get you killed, and I think it's for real. That's why they always put a price on love. What are the odds of someone actually loving you and you don't own a thing? You ain't got shit to your name. Let alone if you have fortune or fame, then you'll have people all around you constantly screaming your name. In this world, it's a real foul game. That love shit don't mean nothing if you ain't got no name. Or VVS diamonds hanging from your chain. Even big ass knots that barely fit in your jeans. This shit crazy out here, that love shit ain't for me. Only time they showing love is when they scream rest in peace. Crying fake ass tears and put your face on the T. And I ain't never want that love, that's why all I got is me. Misunderstood about this love shit. They said that love don't cost a thing, until I found out there's a price on love. I gave my heart to a bitch that didn't want it at all, because I didn't pay the price of love. And I don't understand that shit, because it's all I wanted, until I found out there's a price on love. They say that shit'll get you killed, and I think it's for real. That's why they always put a price on love.
Ain't no love when you broke, don't nobody know your name. In these streets so cold, mama left me in the rain, that's why I can't trust a soul. Been through so much pain, that's why I can't let go. Hey, that's why I ride by my lonely. Snakes in the grass, gotta keep that thing on me. Green dot turn his head macaroni. Gave my love to a bitch that ain't want it. I don't need love, I need Ben Franks, cause it's a thin line between love and hate. My pops kicked me out, but that's what made me great. Taught me how to be a man, I'm everything you ain't.
Misunderstood about this love shit. They said that love don't cost a thing, until I found out there's a price on love. I gave my heart.
Yo. Count. You wrote the auto-tune properly on that one. Most times I get pissed off with auto-tune, but you did a good job with that one.
Appreciate it.
Good. So, like, what was the vibe like being in the studio doing that?
I mean, for real, like, he didn't really know how to, I didn't really like need an auto tune, because like I used to sing when I was younger, so like it was nothing to harmonize on a track for real, you know. And so it was just really just fun and just a good time for real, just to kind of be able to do that, you know, one time because I'm not doing it again for sure. So um yeah, so that was lit just to be able to, you know, be able to express myself that way and let that side of music out for sure.
So how long you been doing the music for?
Man, my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I was singing when I was younger. I had a singing group in elementary school, and then I started freestyling and rapping, and I was going to different lunches rapping, and then I wrote a rap for my school and for a hit for a paper, a report of mine, slave on slavery, and you know, it just kind of went viral, you know, with just the school, and I didn't have to go to class. I was skipping class. I got to skip other classes to perform it for my other classmates. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I was locked in from there.
So like through your music career, like what are your what like so far what have been your ups and downs? Like have you ever been discouraged in certain points?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, definitely a downside is just trying to bring people up with you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want the same benefits, but may not have the same work ethic or, you know, may not understand, you know, who's popular right now and not understand their season and wait on their turn. And, you know, it's just, it's hard just trying to help others, you know, when you're in the process of trying to grow too. And so sometimes you can fall into the mistake of doing that, you know, and trying to build other people up, but at the same time trying to figure it out. And so a lot of people might not respect that or understand that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's just the way the game is these days. Because like a lot of people don't even try to take knowledge in without having an argument. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like you try to like I see it these days, like especially in this new era of music. You see some people are teams, and then you see some people are just riding for the fame situation. You know what I mean? And then how does that like separate you from being in a group now? Like rolling with certain guys and doing things.
I think like well now it's like it's crazy because everybody that like I'm not working with is kind of like they hate me now because like I'm making so much money and you know doing what I'm doing. And so, you know, like every day or every now and then you'll see somebody I used to work with like, oh, forget Trey BANDZ, he ain't nothing, you know. And so you
Yeah.
always find these people that definitely don't like me that I used to work with. You know, and a lot of people don't want to see you prosper, you know, at the same time. And so it's just it's a tough game, you know what I'm saying, for sure.
Oh man, there's so many like what I noticed right now is like it's really harder to be a rapper now than anything.
It's dangerous. It's one of the
Yeah,
most dangerous
very
jobs for
dangerous to be
sure.
a rapper right now. I've noticed because I don't get it right now. Like I don't get that. Like I don't even understand how that came about. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, I think a lot of people they don't know how to separate, you know, street and business. And so you can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? If you live by it, you're gonna die by it, you know, in this game. And of course, anybody coming up know that, you know what I'm saying? So I think you just gotta play chess, not checkers, you know.
so, how do you feel that like now like the a lot of the game is not like taken from the way music like hip hop was produced and like introduced in the beginning? Like when it said everybody was telling stories about don't trust this, don't do that, don't do this, be positive, and then all of a sudden the game just completely changed from positive to negative completely, and then it's just like I'm a shooter, I'm this, I'm balling out, I'm popping bottles in the club by myself, like
I think every style of music, I think like how do I put it? 'Cause I was just saying this the other day. I think that music changes throughout time. So for instance, like um when you had the rappers back in the 90s and things like that in the 80s, they were doing their thing. Um, and then you start to see them cycle out, you know what I'm saying? With some getting locked up, some dying, you know, Tupac dying, you know, just cycling in new artists. And so now you see a lot of the auto-tune era rappers, you know, they're dying, and think, you know, bad things are happening. I think music starts to turn and the wheels of tables start to turn. And it's just kind of crazy, you know, when you look at it. I think it's gonna be a different sound coming real soon. I think it's gonna go back to just straight up hip hop. You know, I think the auto tune thing is sweet. I think it's amazing. But like the last couple times I've been to Atlanta, like every like
Buddy.
it's like a universal thing. Like nobody else raps, just rap, you know? And so
Oh.
that's why it's crazy that you got Cost of Love, because I wasn't never gonna put it out because that was just like something I'm like, I'm just gonna kind of have in my bag. But so that's crazy. But yeah, so I mean, but I like to just keep hip hop, and I think it's coming back around to that. You got Hurricane Chris is coming back out, like he never left. I don't know if you even got to check out some of his new stuff.
Oh, trust me.
Man,
Yeah.
crazy.
I follow Hurricane Chris.
Crazy.
Like we follow each other on
Crazy.
Instagram, dog. Like ever since
Crazy.
before when people weren't even paying attention, like because I fucked with a lot of rappers when nobody was paying attention to them still.
Facts.
So when people were sitting there and I'm like working with Cocaine and all these different rappers and everybody, and you know, and I've been following like X and all these guys around us, and a lot of people never really looked outside the box because how many people you really know like really dig into mixtapes, really go look for a new sound to go listen to. You know what I mean? Especially like DJs. A lot of people lost the whole concept of digging in the crates. You know what I mean? So when I look at that, you know, getting a hold of tracks like from you and certain people and just find a new artist to fucks with and then watching it grow later, I appreciate that and I love doing that. So it's just, there's so much more music than what's really being put out there. And a lot of it's being drowned out by the garbage, right? So, you know, it's like 1 minute you got some crazy positive song come out and then next thing you know, another video, somebody's like shooting themselves and pissing on somebody and then some shit like
I think a lot of times too it's like the whole like depressed era where all these children, the kids are depressed and you know want to pop pills and you know like they going through this whole depressed stage of music, like where everybody's sad and you know like what's the Travis Scott concert, people dying and like all this stuff is happening in the industry, you know, with this crazy type of music. Like it's just been a crazy ride this year, you know what I'm saying, for sure.
Because right now there's too much glorifying about money, cars, like the whole thing. Like I understand balling is balling, but then there's a time and place for it. You out in the middle of the day with millions of dollars on your body and you just randomly just out with nobody around you. You're not thinking somebody's watching you, like, or is trying to roll on you. Like, these are the things that a lot of people never take a look at, especially when you're famous and you're doing millions a day online and stuff like that. Like, social media.
When you get to a certain point, you're going to get security and things like that. I think a lot of people are more protected than they portray or, you know, you think they are. So I think every person that's at a certain status has, you know, a level of security and stuff like that. So they're able to move like that.
Right. But then there's some guys who just still think that the hood still got their back.
Some guys, the hood do still got their back until they don't.
Right. So
that's like you can have a pet lion until it's hungry.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why I want to get into the song Royalty to the North. What's up with that? Because we represent the North out here a lot, the North Coast and everything. So when I see that, I was just like, yo, respect. Like, you know, like what's all the concept on that?
Just ROTN, Royalty to the North. It's just the camp, any artist that I deal with or, you know, just out of the North or that I record with that's, you know, just in our way, anywhere that it's snow, you know what I'm saying? That's the North. And so, we just at this point, everybody can be royalty, you know what I'm saying? Anybody I'm working with, anybody that believe in the movement, anybody that believe in what we're trying to do, you know?
All right.
Yeah, Pete. ROTN. Hey, so get that nigga.
Cooking up another one.
Heard you don't like me, well, bitch, come and fight. So hit his ass from distance, now I knock him out his Nikes. Boiling so hard, that's why the feds wanna indict me. But bitch don't get no money, petty pussy don't excite me. Heard you don't like me, well, bitch, come and fight. So hit his ass from distance, now I knock him out his Nikes. Boiling so hard, that's why the feds wanna indict me. But bitch don't get no money, petty pussy don't excite me. Bitch.
Pretty pussy power popping in and popping up, popping out and popping up. Pop your head at any cost, bro, bitch. You not a boss, Trey, Sway, Sunny, Facts, Lydia, your city,
petty pussy don't excite me, step your game up. You wanna fuck for free when you should get your chains for it. These petty pussy niggas tripping, blow his brains for it. Keep a blicky with an extension, but it's got his name.
You don't like me, well, bitch, come and fight. So hit his ass from distance, now I knock him out his Nikes. Boiling
ain't the same. Flexing on the loud just make you look a lame. I'm a killer at night and a robot on the stage. But I'm still getting paid, and they've asked me who just a piss in the wind. I swear to God, you remember me on the night.
I wish I would do the time. One phone, come home in a couple hours. Never by myself, boy, till the north, bitch. I'm always with the game, fast, little stronger than any nigga in your crew. Salute me, don't touch me. That's a fuse that's gonna blow me. That fire, dog sticking and on the move. Wolf pack, they move as a group, use as a tool.
You don't like me, what bitch coming from?
Okay, so like you try to start fights in the club, or you try to just because when I hear that, it just reminds me of 3 6 Mafia, tear the club up. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, it's like
I mean, this is how we live it. I mean, everybody, like I said, when we moving, the way we moving, and how we moving, and gaining as much traction as we are, like that's just what it is. Like, if you don't like me, like, just put it on the flow.
besides, sometimes being on stage and doing like since you've been in your career, like what's your great moments right now that you're doing?
I think I've been doing just every moment for me is great. Like, even no matter if I'm doing a show with 2 people, 1 person in the building, I've been there too. And so I think every moment is great, and it's a growing thing, and it's a learning lesson, in this game for sure. So I take every moment precious being on your show, I'm thankful for that. And, just anything that I'm doing, right now is a blessing, just, helping me build the brand and helping me build the name. And if I can help others in the same, that's all I'm really just trying to do. So, there's all of it, it's not really just one great moment. I think that every day is a great moment for real.
Oh, nice. Nice. Like, like a lot of people don't seem to, enjoy this as much as they thought they would when they got into the music career, right? Because some people think like, oh, it's all glamour and glitz, and then you get into it, and it's like, yo, we gotta work. It's just like, I gotta work. So, like, what's the importance of having like DJs and people behind you?
Well, recently I actually don't have a DJ or none of that. Actually, my whole team is disassembled right now. So it's really just me. And so it's lit. It was lit. The times we had, it was dope. All my team, all my camp. We had many tours, many states, many cities. It was amazing, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm just kind of doing me, and so that's just what it is,
Nice. So I got this song here called Try Me. Explain that one to me.
Shout out to Joy Velli, you know what I'm saying? She a fire artist, which is another artist that was, in my camp. And so she definitely fire. She was also the first artist that was on that last song that you played as well. And so that's my sis for life, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, me and Joy put that together when we was the last 2 standing, you feel me?
Oh, man, let's get into it.
Swear.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Turn the north. Straight belly. Go. Straight penis. Let's go. Lame ass niggas ain't shaking no hands, get made in the bench, I don't really know me. Stacking these bands, I don't need no friends, just RT, you can't fuck with my team. Can't stand a broke nigga who ain't got no gold, trying to sell his soul just to live out his dreams. I'm a niggas on go, pussy better move slow when they ready to blow, yeah, nigga try me.
Lame assholes, I ain't shaking no hands, get paid in the bench, I don't really know me. Stacking these bands, I don't need no friends, just RTN, can't fuck with my team. Can't stand a broke hoe who ain't got no gold, trying to sell her soul just to live her dreams. I'm a bro, so go, but you better move slow when they ready to blow, their bitch try me.
Shit, ain't talking cause I'm not a bitch. Move rocky your ass to your head. I'm with this shit, so bad that so is my clip. Doubt this see if you live. Can't trust these kids, lying and shooting these kids. Them how I come to this shit. I'm trying to get rich. You sitting that y'all never did. Stay focused, it is what it is. We taking over, keep going cause I never saw her. She throw it, I bet on my poker. Playing the station, don't need a controller. Hit her one time, act like I don't know her. Been in the field, that's why I hang around soldiers. Scary ass nigga better keep shit kosher. This time my side if it come out that holster. Night nigga beat his ass to the roaches. Lame ass niggas ain't shaking no hands, get made in the bitch, I don't really know me. Stacking these bands, I don't need no friends, just RT, you can't fuck with my.
Okay. Now you just gave me like 2 tracks where I just want to wild out in the club. I could just see the club just wilding, people just bouncing. Like you bringing back that old like that hood trap music. Like I love it. Like
I'm just a lit artist, man. I'm always turned up. So like all my shows and everything, like I don't drink or none of that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always just turned, you know what I'm saying? So I love making club bangers and just having a party rocking for sure. Sweat his shirt off, we turned rocking together, you know what I'm saying?
it's because like I'm the same. I don't drink. I just smoke weed and sit on stage all day. So that's
Yeah, I
just
let her smoke weed for sure.
yeah. See,
My
there we
Mary
go. We
Jane
got a
is
lot in common because that's all I do. So we
yeah,
can just
Mary
talk about that all
Jane.
day.
Yeah,
Like
no,
seriously.
that we can just talk about, you know what I'm
Oh man,
saying? We can
fam,
do
like I'm
that, you know what
saying,
I'm
weed
saying?
is life. Weed is life. Like I'm
For
a dab
sure.
head. I'm all that stuff, man. Like
For sure, for
I'm in my
sure.
concentrates and all that stuff. So I kind of figured that because you most people you get into interviews with, man, is just like, man, I want to talk about weed, but nobody talks about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
I mean, we legal though, so we from Michigan, so
what,
it's legal where we
yeah,
at. So we good.
it's legal out here in Canada, man. We laughing all day, so it's just
Oh yeah,
like,
Canada, y'all been lit for a long time though. Y'all got great healthcare and all everything. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
man, we
Like
good.
y'all a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah. And then now they're fucking with us because you can't travel if you ain't vax. You can't do this if you ain't this. It's kind of weird. And then now there's a lot of shit going on out here. So it's like kind of Vancouver's kind of underwater. So it's like
But you still
BC's
got weed.
underwater.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I'd say it. That's the only best part about that. It's just like we got some good weed out here. We got a lot of good weed,
Facts, facts.
man. Because I smoke a lot, and lately I can't
Yeah.
even be on stage and without smoking. Like I even got a clause that allows me to smoke while I'm on stage. So
Yeah,
there's a
it's
different.
just me. So I smoke a lot, you know what I'm saying, by myself. So
Oh, trust me.
I get it.
I for the first time I actually sat down one time and realized how much I smoked, and I was buying like a QP off my boy like every like 2 weeks, and I started to realize something. I was just like, yo, dog, I'm smoking a
The
pound a month.
money, the money,
It's just like,
man, all that money gone.
hey, you know what though? I made a lot of it back, and I made a lot of it go, and now I made a lot of investments, so I'll never let that go. So this
Facts.
this is
As long
you
as you
know.
can support your habit, you good.
Oh shit! Would you like, man? I'm sponsored and all that stuff. Shout out to
That's lit. That's a
my,
blessing.
my pillow guy. Like we got weed pillows. Like we got everything, man. Like my boy
That's a
cushions.
blessing, man.
Yeah, it was like and then we got an app called Kush Lounge. So it's like a network for people who smoke weed, so they could go and hang out instead of being on Instagram and Facebook. So you can go show your weed without getting in trouble. You know what I mean and shit. And this.
That's lit.
It's just the game right now, right? Because if people don't switch over to the digital era and start doing their own thing, you're just gonna be a slave to the society, right? So you're just gonna
Facts.
be complaining all the time about I can't do this on here. Go build your own. You know what I'm saying? Like no one can tell you
Facts.
can't do shit when it's your own. You know what I
I
mean?
feel it. I feel it. I can
So
respect that.
so since COVID hit and all that stuff, did it affect your flow? Did it affect your movements?
Actually, COVID blessed me, man. It helped me a lot. I don't know what happened to all the other artists, but like it turned me up to a whole nother level.
Like what? Give us an example.
I mean, my views, my streams, my shows, everything just went up because being able to focus on social media, understand how to invest in yourself, understand the right avenues, the right things to do, and really being able to focus as an artist.
Sorry, I had to give you
Yeah,
that.
for sure, for sure. Being able to focus as an artist and understand the business side, it make you dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And so, I turn all of that into revenue, into tours, and the everything. You know what I'm saying? So, COVID was great for me.
A lot of people didn't understand that because like I took it as a slowdown. Like it just got me to just slow down and say, "Yo, you need to finish this." And then once, you're doing a lot, and then all of a sudden you just realize, like, "Yo, this is not handled." And then you just want to fix that or fine tune certain things because if you're already going, you're going, right? And then a lot of people didn't take too like time to understand live streaming before this. And then now
But
everybody wants to live stream, but the people who wanted before are just like, yo, we already did all that nonsense. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people just trying to get famous, just showing their face every day, right? So it's like, and the music is not even good half the times. Like I don't even know why people are showing themselves in the studio before the track's out. You know what I mean? It's like,
I
you're,
I don't know. A lot of people, I always say they make music to listen to it in the car, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think people just do it for the gram. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how I see it half the times. Like, that's just
I don't
basically.
know. I like if you look on my social media, like all the stuff you playing is new. I bought myself out of my last deal. And so I just, just signed new distribution and things like that. So I just
Nice.
been gearing up to drop new music. So I haven't even put nothing out, to be honest, besides Tetris. And really I've still been able to grow with just that.
See, thanks to your management, I get things exclusively sometimes, and I like to break things ahead of times, and it looks good and things that you got going on. And I'm gonna tell you straight, your music is fire. So don't ever hesitate to put things out there and things because right now I'm getting to hear the exclusive. I'm happy I get to hear the exclusive. Now everybody else got to hear it on the show, and then hey, when it finally drops, they know where they heard it first. But
Facts.
speaking of Tetris, hey, I'll save that for last because that's one of my favorite games. And I was taking that in earlier, and I was just like, I gotta like, I know that's your song. I know this bumping. I just had to hold on to it for a bit because I was just like, we know we're going with this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so,
for
what's the
sure.
whole meaning on Tetris to you?
Tetris actually is kind of like a diss track.
Kind of
Not
fire.
really, not really for me, but it was kind of like something that happened to my boy when we was at this event. And so anything that I'm going through, any of my music that y'all hear, like it's from what we was going through, what was happening in that moment. And I'm like, I gotta drop something. And so that's pretty much how everything come about. You know what I'm saying? Is if something happened, I'm going through an event, I'm like, that's where the song coming from. So yeah,
You
Tetris
see,
was
I
that.
like that because a lot of people are rapping about bullshit. And I'm sitting there going, man, you know what shit you do in a day? You could rap about that. That could be like, you could have albums after albums if you just rapped about this, nonsense. Like, it basically you're just like trying to. Some people are just trying to rap to the sake of rapping and putting words and rhymes together, and it's
That
cool and all. But if you want to write poetry, go write poetry. You know what I mean? That's just like when it comes to
that's
rapping, music is about feelings and expressing yourself, right? So that's where I
that
get a lot of things. So when I heard this, man, I was just like, I want to play Tetris and have this on repeat.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Hey, wow. Red to the north, you already know what it is. TREY, big. I got my brother Euro in the studio, we about to turn up the X. Let's go. Play the game like Tetris. Bust it down, make an exit. No calling back, I just text it. She running back, no question. You ain't getting money, you stressing. All that capping, quit flexing. Play with mine, you be stretching. Bow, 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 get the message. Play the game like Tetris. Bust it down, make an exit. No calling back, I just text it. She running back, no question. You ain't getting money, you stressing. All that capping, quit flexing. Play with mine, you be stretching. Bow, 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 get the message. Bands hating niggas need to back. I get money, I don't chit chat. I need all mines, no mishaps. Got a problem, dog, we gon' fix that. Break them down like a Kit Kat. 2 pistols on me, but they mix match. Leave holes in them like a 6-pack. Always on go, I don't relax. I got all the sauce, no Big Mac. Ballin' hard, I got big racks. Yeah, you tough, but you still fat. After dinner, still eating snacks. Bullets flipping like an acrobat. I'm on your ass today. While you hating, I'm still getting paid. Hopped out, should've seen that boy face. Play the game like Tetris. Bust it down, make an exit. No calling back, I just text it. She running back, no question. You ain't getting money, get money.
Yo, go to his Spotify, go to his channel. Tell people where to get your music.
Yeah, for sure, man. Find me on all platforms, man. Trey Bands. If you go to Instagram, ROTN_TREYBANZ, and Trey Bands on all platforms for sure.
You're an indica lover, aren't you? You
Yeah,
smoke
facts.
indica. Yeah, you can tell. You're just very relaxed. Just like, it's just like, man, I need to be in the studio right now. It's just like,
Yeah, I do be focusing it on writing a lot too, for sure.
oh, man. Like, I always tell rappers, write every day. Doesn't matter what it is, just write every day. If you got something in your head, write it out. Just write every day. You'll realize how much you increase your skills doing that.
Yeah, definitely reading, increasing your vocabulary for sure. Because a lot of times you can find yourself getting repetitive. And so, you know, just broadening your vocabulary is really important.
Trust me. I've learned that a lot from people, man. That's why a lot of people don't understand that educating your brain to learn things will make you grow. But, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So now, what's the future for you? Where are we going now?
Man, I just got back from Times Square, but it was amazing. Had my billboard up in Times Square.
Salute,
I
salute,
just got
salute.
back actually before, I mean, after that, I really just got back from Atlanta this morning. Um, and I just did it, just was out there doing a show with Just Brittany, you know, the famous twins, just a lot of dope artists that I was, you know, able to work with and things like that. And so I got a lot of big stuff coming up, a lot of major features. Shout out to Mop Top. I was in New York, like I said, we did a show, and then I went to Philly, got with Mop Top. We did a show out there. And so we got some dope music coming up. Movie Maserati. We got a dope feature and some things like that that's gonna be coming up real soon. You know, just working, man. I really let's see. Oh yeah, I got a show with Benzino coming up on the 11th, the 10th and the 11th. And then my birthday is tomorrow. So yeah, for sure, for sure. So shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice. And yo, happy birthday in advance. And you will hear
for
me
sure, for
from me
sure.
again tomorrow. So yo, like respect. Like I love what you've been doing. I'm feeling it. Like your music, like everything that you got going on. Like man, who do you want to shout out? Like who you want to give some shout outs to?
Man, shout out to everybody, all my sponsors, everybody that's been working with me. All my haters, man. Shout out to all the artists I got a chance to work out with. I mean, get a chance to work with. But yeah, especially my haters, man, because they keep all my stuff relevant. You know what I'm saying? I can have haters that dislike all my stuff and they keep my page front page. So it's like whether you like it, dislike it, a I appreciate it right now. It's helping me grow
Oh
by the
man,
day.
if you don't have
Um,
haters, you don't have you ain't doing shit.
Facts, facts. So it's so shout out to my manager, you know what I'm saying, keeping this together, keeping us going, keeping us busy, keeping us working. Um, you know, just shout out to everybody. Shout out to all this radio station, shout out to your station for rocking with me, bringing me on here. Shout out to yourself, you know, and what you guys are doing and trying to build in Canada. And man, yeah, just that's what it is.
Oh man, we got you, family. Like you'll be on my radio station and all that. And then later on, going in, we'll keep in touch and see where things go. Try to get your ass out of here, because I'm feeling the music. I want everybody to feel the music. This is also going to be where aired on United Music Mafia on Roku, and also being aired on Hip Hop Television the Hip Hop Television Network. There's going to be a lot of things that I can see, and pushing the videos and everything too. We'll just keep connected, because I like helping new artists grow, and I like reaching out to new artists every day. And I've seen a lot of things you've been doing. I've heard the name here and there, but then now I'm just like, now I get to meet the man. It's respect, and like
Appreciate it.
just keep
Appreciate it.
growing, man. And it's like, so you plan on having a weed line or anything coming out?
Yeah, so we got a lot of things in the work as well. Yeah, we do actually. I'm on 10 acres right now, so we gonna see what we're gonna do with it. And we gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gonna see what we can make happen. Just getting with the right partners and the right things like that. And when I get some chance to slow down, because I got a Netflix series that I just finished writing the first season for as well with my boy Mike. And so I just got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. So
Man, we definitely gonna keep in contact, because, I'm around all that. Like we just started our own platforms and shit too, and our own networks. So like, that's gonna be.
thanks. Let's do something. That'd
It's
be
like
lit.
if people don't seem to see that this game is changing, and I like when I got on Clubhouse, man, I started hearing, how come we don't own nothing? How come black people didn't? How come nobody's joining together? I'm like, because y'all too greedy, and no one's actually like
Facts.
everyone's been sitting on money for years, but now that the internet, like now they realize, oh, there's money in the internet, and we're not unified, and we can't do shows for 2 years. What are we gonna do with ourselves? Like, I don't know. People just got to understand the digital world is the next step. You know what I mean? So I'm
I
glad
took the
that.
last bit of money that I had in the pandemic before I got crazy and just invested into all my music, my social medias, everything. I just put my and man, it paid me back like tenfold. It's still paying me back to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did with the last bit of my money, for real.
Hey, I did the same thing. I went and bought shit. Look where we are right now. The cameras and stuff that I'm using, my
Facts,
background. I look fresh and I'm happy because,
facts,
like you
facts.
can't be doing stuff like this and saying, "Oh, I'm this and this and that," and even go into a second season and then be still doing the janky same shit. You know
I
what I
know,
mean?
man. I appreciate being #1 on the season first episode. TREY BANDZ, that's crazy. You feel me? I ain't even. I just got back. I just got back off the road, so I ain't even put my diamonds on and everything. So we got to do this part 2. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? But
trust me, we gonna keep in touch. We gonna keep in touch and keep doing things. I got some other things popping up because now that I know you smoke weed like you do, I got some shit for you, man. I got a podcast that we got popping off too, right? So there's a
let's
lot of
do
things
that.
in the works where we're gonna be doing, and I got some things planned out. Shout out to Triple P and my team and everything else behind us. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening, and I'm really happy because people just slept on. They
Well,
slept on business.
If Toronto let felons in, you know what I'm saying? I'm there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, listen.
if Toronto let thugs in, hey, we in there. You feel
Oh
me?
man, trust me, I'll be back in Toronto in next month. But I
Where you
came
at
back.
right now?
I'm in Winnipeg right now. I was out here because of
Okay,
family situations, and you know, and now that's all cleared up. So now it's like
that's what's up.
time for me to go back. But once I get back out there, it's just like it's on. Like
Facts,
people are not
facts.
even ready for what we got popping right now. Like, we got our own lounges, we got our own spots, we got our own things. Like, it's just
Yeah, man, that's
the
lit.
radio is controlled. I'm gonna get one of your songs played. I'm gonna get Chester's played on the song on the radio. This, shout out to Master Plan. There's a lot of movements
That'd be a
behind
blessing.
us, and what people don't understand is, like, now the game's changed. Like, we building our own social media platforms.
Facts.
We got our own streaming platform, United Music Mafia Streaming. Shout out to my team. We got, our own Facebook now, Uslade. Like, people don't seem to understand that you build it, they will come.
They'll
And if you've
come.
been doing this as long as I had an app for 12 years, and this will be aired on my app too. It's like, people understand is platforms and networks. Once you build platforms, you become the media, and then you can control the media in the way you want it to be. You know what I mean? And then
Facts.
artists like you are like, you could have the right people pushing you and being behind you instead of being saturated. Like, when I sit here these days and I'm looking like, man's got a billboard. This has got this. Like, the game has changed now because a lot of people couldn't do that before. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
no one knew how to go about getting a billboard. No one even knew how about even having the money to go do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And now it's like, I see artists like you just like doing shows, doing events, bouncing back and forth and all stuff and keeping active. And then having your hands in other things also around your music because everybody knows you only make so much music. You always have to have things to back that. And if you don't invest
Facts.
into it, you ain't going to go nowhere. So I'm glad that you said that. Like, I invested everything I had at the end just to make shit
That's
pop off.
real.
And
That's
now
real.
I'm laughing. Like, I've just been sitting back collecting checks. Like, dudes just don't get
Facts.
it. Like, nah, man. I love this interview, and I'm really happy to start this off with you. So it's like, so what videos you got out right now?
Actually, I don't have any out right now. Because like I said, shout out to my manager. She been keeping me on the road so much. Literally, like when I got time to sleep, and then my birthday is tomorrow. I got 3 shows after that, and then we're headed to Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm trying to be able to slow down and get my music video a shot, but I'm also looking for a camera guy too that'll kind of follow us around and be able to do that type of work. So we'll see. It's gonna come. But I just been stacking this money, so right now I really focus on videos because everybody want to book me. So I'm
But
I'm
that's what I'm
happy to
saying.
stack the checks.
I just checked your stuff. Are you traveling? You doing the thing? No video out. You just got music out. That's it. Like,
I don't even really have music out, to be honest. It's
see what I'm
old.
saying?
Oh.
Like, but I'm saying you doing it. Like, now when you do drop it, the sales are gonna come.
Yeah, the build up's
The
ready.
stuff's
Yeah.
gonna come, and that's what I love about this because, like, a lot of people spend too much time focusing on your YouTube views and this and that and da 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 da. I just say these are just different platforms. Like, everybody's gonna watch on different shit. So if you spread yourself
Facts.
out, build a fan base, people gonna come. So I'm glad you've been
Facts.
doing that. And we
When I can get to Canada, trust me, I'm there. Trust me.
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna make that happen. But I'm saying when you drop that video though, we're gonna do this interview again. So thank you.
Yeah, I want to drop Tetris. It's been out for a while. That's coming. It's coming for sure.
Well, I'm just saying you should. Like, I don't understand why you waiting on. Like, you should be filming while you're on tour, man. You should just be taking the clips for you performing on stage and everything. But like you said, you're trying to find a camera guy. So if anybody out there wants to roll with TREY BANDZ, man, hit him up. Be a dedicated camera guy. You know, like shit. If we can get out there right now, we would come and help you. But I'm just saying
that'd be a blessing for sure.
Hey, if we can make it a way for you to get to Canada, we can make it happen. That's what I'm saying.
Let's do it.
We got the cameras. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of people need to understand they need to invest into their craft, and you have. And I'm showing you mad respect. I want to give you some applause. And we're going to end it like this.
You know, we got the fire. Follow the world best DJ Disspare on Twitter, Facebook, and for mixtape hosting and bookings at DJ